Output processing we already went through. Let's talk about copy paste sends on fader behavior. So right now, without the sends button pressed, and there's somewhere else in the console I can defeat sends on fader like permanently, so it won't come back no matter what, if that's how you want to run it. But right now I'm running sends on fader. This is a little club gig. I've got a band set up. So let's go through Soundcheck right quick. You also have mix buttons. Well, you have them all over the console, don't you? What happens if I press a mix button on an input? Well, if you have time and experience on an X or M32, you will see that they kind of, emulated this behavior of ours, except they have a single select button for processing and mix. We have separate buttons. I hit the mix of the kick drum. These aux sends show the send level from that kick. And snare, and overhead left, right. So you can see that you're doing sound check, and it's time to give people on stage monitors. This becomes a very cool way of operating. I select the mix of the kick drum, and I say, hey guys, who wants kick? All right, drummer, you. Who wants snare? Definitely nobody. Who wants bass? Well, just the bass player, right? Come on, small jokes, laugh. The point is, I can see sends from mix inputs, right? Or sends to a bus. So it's showtime. I'm running audio on the mains. Drummer says, dude, I need more kick. Okay, there you go. Double tap the mix button. It goes back home to mains. Small feature. But valuable if you're buried somewhere else in the console too. I don't know if you noticed, but on the right sides of the console, if you're hitting these mix buttons, you'll see soft keys that are sympathetically being selected at the same time. And what I did was I basically made these top 4 soft keys the mix buttons of the 4 buses. So if I'm down on some other layer, right, I can still, oops, sorry. I am elsewhere on, I have this augs buried. Maybe he's, I'm down on this layer for some reason. And the drummer says, man, I need more kick. I can hit that first, give him more kick, double tap, and it goes home to mains, right? So a common use of soft keys is to have the mix buttons. Remember, did we talk about this yet? Mix buttons firing from my IP controller. Same thing. And by the way, all these buttons can be whatever you want them to be. This can be a tap sync, that could be an all mute, this could be changing to scene 60. You tell these buttons what to be. Right now I've got them set up as 3 different layers. And on the top layer, that's a PFL. On the second layer, that's now a mix button. And the third layer, that's deploying DCA spills. So you can, very soft programmable. Obviously, I can't do that on here, but I can utilize soft keys the same way. Okay, any sound person setting up a stage? You're doing monitors tonight. You've got a set list. You've got the input list. Probably smart to go ahead and get everybody a basic mix in their wedges or ears before they show up, right? Because that like self-conscious, nervous guitar player that shows up with his plywood pedal board, he's the first there. And what does he do when he's done setting up? He's background singing. Hey, check 1, 2. Hey man, I'm singing it tonight. I can't hear myself. I'm freaking out. Well, first of all, dummy, don't blow into a microphone. It's the worst thing you can do to it. People don't know that. That is literally the worst thing you can do to a mic is blow into it. Why do people do that? No. Psychologically, it makes sense. When you blow out of your mouth, you don't hear anything. But when that air strikes the diaphragm, it lights up. So you think, that'll tell me if the mic is on. But it is, in fact, a very damaging thing for a little $100 SM58. It's not good. So us sound people go, tap, tap, right? So stop blowing on my mic. I'm gonna give you a mix here. So I'm gonna choose a mix, and I'm gonna set up a basic. Everybody wants kick, everybody wants bass. Everybody wants a little of this, background, lead, keyboards. And now I can copy and paste this mix. 1, 2, do. Ready? Copy. Tap the mix. I'm going to go to this mix, hit, hold, paste, and tap it. And now these two are the same. I don't have to go to the mix to paste it, but I just showed you that, look, it pasted. So I'm going to hit paste and tap these other 2. And now they're all the same. Most of what you do on these consoles is 1, 2, get it done. You know, D-Live, there are more knobs and buttons, so an S-Class surface is going to be really tactile. You know, arguably we're pushing you more into screen activities. But there are shortcuts and things that can happen fast on the Surface. That's one of them. You know, I want to wipe out all the sends to the different buses for whatever reason. I just press and hold reset, tap the mix button of that bus, and it zeroed it out. In fact, I don't have to go to the bus again to clear it. I just press and hold reset and tap all these blue buttons. Boom, boom, boom. And now they're all zeroed.
So is this only for the send? This is only for sends, right? It's not for the bus processing, correct?
Is copy and pasting?
Yeah.
Correct. I'm only copying and pasting. Now, if I want to copy the entire bus processing, it's the same process as what we just did on the inputs. Choose the bus. Copy, so tap this little lower area right there. That's going to copy all the output processing. I top it, paste, boom, boom, boom. If you just want to copy the graphic EQs because you've rung out some wedges, which is also a skill people are losing since so many people work on ears. Do you have any wedge speakers?
Yeah.
Do you ring them out? That's a skill, man. You know, to do it fast and accurately. So if I ring out an EQ to a 58 and it's like offset or in the same position, I'm probably okay copying and pasting that EQ to all the other wedges. You know, if they're different mics or they're different orientations or there's a wall nearby, you may want to ring it out individually. But yes, you would do it exactly the same way. Remember your flags. That's what's channel selected and that's where it's mixing to. If you get other places in the console, those things are always visual cues for what's going on. I'm back to mains.